Hello. Hello, welcome to London. Bienvenue à Londres, tout le monde. En quelques instants, nous avons un Français pour parler en français, j'espère. But can I begin by saying my name, which is Paddy O'Connor. I'm very pleased to be here.
The EBU is hugely proud of its baby, which was born 60 years ago and now entering graceful age of retirement? No. This day is a day of Diamond Jubilee. And it's an opportunity for you, researcher, journalist, to reflect on what the Eurovision Song Contest has brought and continue to bring to Europe, to give the right place to this event in our common history, which is the history of reconciliation of people and the rebirth of European identity. Well, the Song Contest was born because the EBU was born, and the objective of the EBU, and I think many of you know it, was to create a European audiovisual space in order for Europeans to be at the forefront of developing and sharing quality content and technological standards in Europe and beyond.
The first and most important lesson that Eurovision taught me, that Europe is not a static entity nor a static geographical location. Europe's borders are arbitrary. The Eurovision Song Contest, amongst other European cultural traditions, is significant because it materializes these concepts. The artists aren't representing themselves, but their nations. Remember, it's the name of their country, not their own name or the name of their song, that is voted on and appears on the scoreboard. As such, the contest becomes a conduit for thoughts and feelings beyond those people might have for the songs themselves. National, regional, and pan-European affiliations come into play, because no matter the forum, the UK versus France, Sweden versus Norway, or Ukraine versus Russia will stir passions.
So, to go back to Waterloo, the history book on the shelf is always repeating itself. On the map of the European broadcasting area, the political ambitions and interests of various international alliances and organizations have been played out to produce different associations of national public broadcasting organizations and different song contests. These song contests have for the states of Europe been not only a stage for their promotion of their popular music industries and the development of their television services, but also an expression of their political belonging, their political alliances, and their desires to be perceived as modern, legitimate, and powerful. Unlike any other contest, the Eurovision Song Contest has outlived all changes in international relations in post-war Europe. It has been held without fail for 60 years. That makes it ideal for viewing changes in the history of Europe since 1956 and even before, and it also makes it the concert of Europe of our times. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
In much of the same way as the World's Fairs or the Expos were used as a way of promoting countries, I would argue that Eurovision has been used in the same way. I'm going to present my first case study. Estonia is quite an interesting one, given it was the first post-communist country to win Eurovision, and it was also had Dave Benton, who was the contest's first and today only black performer to have ever won. It took place, the win happened as Estonia was negotiating EU membership, and it was at that point that European Union membership, and as well as Estonia's image, were incredibly important. Throughout the 90s, Estonia in particular set about on a course to prove its so-called European credentials, and that was evidenced by various political speeches throughout the time. The day after Estonia won the contest in 2001, the victory was seized upon by the Prime Minister Mart Laar as he awaited the jubilant team back, and he was waiting to welcome them back to Tallinn. The symbolic link was made right from the start between Estonia's so-called return to Europe and its Eurovision win. This is the quote here. So I would argue that whilst Eurovision isn't meant to be political, and that you could argue that that is a highly competent piece of PR by a savvy politician, it still represented a major breakthrough for Estonia on that world stage.